Sul, hello, and Labus. Welcome to another episode of the Payne Family Ultimate Decades Challenge. The year's 1333, it's day 1, Saturday, and it's an exciting half year for us here because of a lot of different things. But first things first, these guys are still getting some rest. They were awake when I loaded in because you know how the Sims are. But I'm actually going to open the live-in store and make a note of how much money we're starting with, which is 90,075 simoleons, because we are still in an everything must go kind of a situation. We had some odds and ends around, like a ton of honey that I guess was just hanging out, and we've got some finished cross stitches. So all of these are for sale as well. And we have some things in their inventories that we'll be getting rid of. I'm still going to have the shop open in the background, but probably none of this will get shown until we're ready to really pick up with the episode. But I wanted you to see what our starting finances were. Okay, and we weren't really ready to get started, but Elizabeth is in labor, so I will see you when we get to the Brewer household. Oh, well, Elizabeth, you're just so pretty. Did you age up without us? Oh, dang it. She did. It was her birthday today, but she did it without us. So she's got a double roll today. She's got this birth and then also her adult roll, which is kind of a risky one. It doesn't look like it should be, but it is. Now go, Elizabeth. Go. Come on. You've got this. You've got this. She's so pretty. Okay, and it's a boy baby. Wow, it's like almost all boys except for little Annie. And I didn't even look for any names because apparently that's the life I live now. So I'll be right back when I have one. Okay, I'm gonna name the baby Audrey. It means strong and noble. And according to Reedsy Medieval Name Generator, it was a boy name. It was. So it's technically, they still have, I think, 4 more baby tries, but this house is pretty full, and I'm still putting off increasing household size, basically. I'm just not sure that I want to live that life, you know? So this might be the last baby for them. So long as their children keep surviving, totally fine. Okay, let's see how your rolls go, you two. Okay, the first one doesn't count as usual for Elizabeth. She cannot roll the numbers 1 or 11 for this birth. Number 17, she's fine. And baby Audrey cannot roll the numbers 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or 20. Ah! Success. Oh my gosh, I love that for them. From absolute tragedy to absolute success in this household. Since we're here, Elizabeth already aged up without us, even though I could have sworn her birthday was today. So we've got a roll, and she has to avoid rolling the numbers 3, 6, 11, 13, or 18. Oh, and she's totally fine. All good news here. Excellent, excellent. Oh, wow. Wow, look at these guys go. So it's pretty much all good news here. We're going to head back to the main Payne family and get going with their stuff. So I'll see you when we get there. Oh my gosh, did you guys just see that? Lena just covered her mouth and made the puking animation and thought about a baby. Ooh, maybe she and Vilkas did do the something. So yeah, we are here with the main Payne. So far we haven't made a ton of money. That's fine. That's whatever. I'm sure eventually it'll all work out. We're still trying to get potatoes, which I'm hoping that the shop is open today. It's not the village shop. That's where I've gone twice. And it's definitely not the meat market. Heidi, let's not cross stitch, okay? But there is some kind of shop with this mod that has got potatoes that I am just trying to make sure that we can, get at some point. So I'm kind of thinking that if we have any hatchable eggs, what we're going to do is we're going to keep those hatchable eggs. And if we don't get hatchable eggs, then we're just going to end up selling our chickens because they're technically not our chickens anyways, is kind of my thinking. So we are preparing to leave the Paynes. Gree and Kennard and their entire family are on their way to us currently. They're going to get here tonight or tomorrow, and we'll have the party for sort of our party for escaping serfdom and the big family get together. That's the plan. And so all of the stuff that I think is reasonable to sell, like this, oh my gosh, Gree, we were just talking about you. Like this kind of stuff. And also we've been sent gifts of like toys and stuff over time. We definitely don't need all of them. We're going to sell all of those today and pay the taxes on them if they don't, well, they can't sell from here. So we're going to sell them that way. We're also going to harvest one more time before we go, and I'm going to say that we can keep everything that we get from this last harvest, as well as one of everything that we have in our refrigerator, which I've already gone through and had Knox put into his inventory because it's pretty boring if you sit there and watch me do that. But we have like so much stuff in here, like over 99 raspberries, which like we have all of this food stuff in here, including meats and things that we just aren't getting the opportunity. I mean, they're technically not ours, like I say, so we don't get to take them with us, is kind of what I'm thinking. Buddy, can you actually be helpful? We've also got, oh no, that's the stuff that we're keeping for the Earl. We've also got like, oh my gosh, so much. Like so many eggs, so many milks, all of this is money, but we're only, like I say, going to keep the hatchable eggs because I think that's reasonable for us to do, and it's not unfair. Oh, I thought you had enough mental. Only the boys have enough mental to be able to do this? Wow, that's crazy. Pal, you're gonna wet your pants. So long story short, is this in here? Oh my goodness. Long story short, we don't get to keep everything. And oh, hey Huxley. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and harvest everything that we can before we go. Oh, that's right. You still can't harvest. And we're going to keep the things that we harvest today as ours. Everything else we're giving away, but we still have to tax ourselves on these harvestables. So it's not like we get out of jail free or anything. So Esmond, that'll be you, buddy, because it's just easiest if they're all in one person's inventory for me. Thanks. But that way we can get started with our next gardening plot without having to, thanks for buying our honey, without having to like completely start over from scratch, but we also don't get a hand up or anything. Not only that, like we have all of this stuff that's ours, that's been ours for generations, and we don't get to keep it anymore. So it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Oh my goodness, but I have recently found some really exciting new CC. So I think I'm gonna do a CC video. It'll be mostly for females in this kind of time period, but it's very exciting. Look out for it. I think you'll be into it. Oh, I almost forgot to send people to the shop if we can. If we can, please. In terms of part one of the historical stuff, like I've said before, I'm not going to get too much into the Scottish Wars of Independence because there has to be kind of like a line in terms of what we talk about, because if not, there's just not enough time to talk about all of history. So many things that happen historically overlap and intertwine with other things that happen. So I'm just going to briefly go over the main parts that are relevant to the part that I'm trying to get to. Essentially, some English lords who were eventually called the Disinherited didn't like the Bruce line being in charge of Scotland because they'd lost some of their lands and they wanted them back. They appealed to Edward III to try and get them back, but he didn't really want to do it. He didn't want to go to war. He didn't think it was worth it. And so he was kind of like, no, don't do this. They didn't care that he said that. So they brought another possible heir over from France and started the Second War of Scottish Independence. Eventually, they plant their preferred heir, who's named Balliol, on the Scottish throne, but he wasn't a great ruler and the Scottish people weren't in support of him, so he got thrown out. Edward III had to intervene by that point because by then, Balliol had agreed to Scotland being a fief to the English crown. So now there's sort of like an issue of saving face involved. And when he committed to intervening, Edward III really committed to intervening. He moved his parliament to York so he'd be closer to the conflict, and Philippa, his wife, went with him in support. In 1333, Edward III joined a siege at the then Scottish town of Berwick, which, after withstanding the siege for a while, sent word to the Bruce heir that they'd surrender if no one came to save them. Bruce's guardian, because the Bruce heir, David Bruce, was really young at this time, I think maybe only 5 years old if I'm not mistaken, led a massive force to Berwick to try and support the town. Their force greatly outnumbered the English forces. They had about 20,000 men versus the English forces of only 10,000 men. But Edward III had scoped out the area and found a hill he wanted to stay on top of, and the Scottish forces had to attack because of the threat of losing Berwick. And essentially, the English forces decimated the Scottish through the use of the newest technological advancement for militaries, the longbow. The reason why this is important is because it gives Edward III the reputation of being a strong military commander. He himself led the forces at this battle. In addition, before this, the English forces were seen as militarily inferior by the rest of Europe. After this point, though, they join the other heavy hitters in terms of their reputation. And third, this is just one of a number of military improvements that Edward III is a part of around this time. Okay, we haven't been able yet to get our dang potatoes. So we're going to have to go over and get them now. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, we're looking for potatoes. Do you got some potatoes for us? If you've really got no potatoes, I can let it go. Do you really not have any potatoes? For real? Is it a vegetable? Is it a vegetable, an animal, or a mineral? I can't believe that, actually. That's so wacky. Hey, why are you guys out of your outfits? Sirs? Henry, you definitely have an outfit. There is no excuse. You also have an outfit. What about you? Who are you? Gregory Brewer? Oh, you for sure have an outfit. These Sims are rebelling. It's tempting to go ahead and get some treats. We've never done that. Only one potato? I think we need 3. Maybe not. Buy the one and see how it goes. Singular potato? That's all? Do you have more now if I try again? It doesn't seem to work that way. Okay, let's get back home. Yes. No. Well, we can make a single serving of venison steak. Give it to the Earl. We can sell this empty plate? Seems like cheating. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Sorry, kid. Go ahead and grab a serving if you don't mind. Are you guys all saying hi? What are you doing? Just standing around? Okie dokie. I thought maybe the girls could go ahead and welcome them, but I guess not. Oh yeah, you can. Welcome, Gree. And then you can tell a joke about horse butts, I thought. See, I knew that you had an outfit. Hey, where's our venison steak gone? Is it here? No, I don't know where it is. Is it here? No. Heidi, did you eat it? Heidi, that's some bullshit. But okay, we went to all of that trouble just for you to be the one who ate it. Fine. So you guys won't see when they move because it's just a little bit too complicated, but whatever money we finish today with is essentially the money that we will have for when we go on to the next home. So we started with 90,075 simoleons. We're ending with 99,042 simoleons, which means that we made a profit from the things that we sold of 8,967. However, in Esmond's inventory, we also have taxable goods of 8,857, which means that our total taxable amount is 17,824. Meaning that we owe 5,374 simoleons in taxes, and leaving us at this point in time with 93,668 simoleons. So there goes that 5,374. But we are going to sell a lot of the stuff from his inventory. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So what will we be left with? Off it goes. Yeah, look at us. We're so rich. And then also this bow, we won it a long time ago, and I've been saving it for this moment to sell it like this. So bye now. Wow, so we've got 105,637 simoleons currently. Thank you so much, Alice. In the background, you've just been quietly cleaning everything up for us. And I have to say, I appreciate that like you wouldn't believe. I wish that they could like nap on those, but no, just go ahead and take a nap over here. I mean, Gree and Kennard, if I'd have known you were just going to run around cleaning everything for us, then I'd have invited you over a long time ago. You know what I mean? They'll see there are 14 eggs ready to collect. Wow. Wow, take it in, everyone. This is the last morning we're going to be on this lot. Take it in. This is it for us. Oh my goodness. The sun coming up on our last morning. Hopefully it stays good weather because we're going to have a family get together. And we kind of need it, but man, it's so crazy. Gree's harvesting all our stuff, so I'm glad we did that yesterday. But yeah, today our whole family is coming over, except for apparently not Idas. I couldn't find her on the guest list, but I'll just invite her over separately. Knox is aging up to a teenager. Gree and Kennard are going to negotiate our quit rent, so we'll no longer be serfs. We'll pay them the apprenticeship money for Beatrice, and when they leave, they'll take her with them, and she'll be going off. Oh my goodness. The whole family will come. Henry of Grosmont will come. Wow, it's crazy. We'll go ahead and as well travel to the church so that we can say goodbye to our family members, because where we're moving, I'll talk about it more once we've moved there in 1334, but I imagine it's not quite as easy to make our way there. It's a day's worth of traveling, so wow. Oh, everyone, come together. Henry, where are you? Henry! Oh yes, our fishes. I'd forgotten about those. Our fishes and our wine, and I would have liked to have had the opportunity to give him more, but you know, things went awry. Things went awry because Heidi ate everything. I think the loot mod might need to be updated. I actually think that I knew that already, but I had forgotten. Heidi, you didn't make enough food, so I'm afraid you're going to have to go back out there and make some more. Can you do, I guess, bread roll stew is a good option. Henry of Grosmont, where are you at, my dude? Let's go ahead and go say hello. Can we go share his emotional burden? Poor guy. You doing okay? And Dovile, I do not know what you are wearing currently, but I don't like it very much at all. We'll discuss the importance of family, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and give you your gift.
Frezu favu.
Oh, want a fish?
Ebrif.
Up.
Yay! Game Henry played along with real Henry. He liked it. Okay, excellent. Thank him for coming. And then also one more gift. We'll say that the whole trade of money happens in some dark room somewhere. Friendly gift of the nectar. Heck yeah, he seems like you like that too. Excellent. Oh my goodness, look at our family. Pretty much everyone is here. I mean, they're not sitting still, of course, because why would they? But they're all here. But yeah, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Dovile is pregnant again. She's very heavily pregnant. Oh, I wish everyone would just like sit still. But yeah, while we are all here, there were some things that were facts about serfdom that never came up naturally. So I wanted to bring them up now before we hopefully are leaving serfdom behind for forever. So first things first, for the dark stuff, lords were permitted to chastise, also known as harm, his serfs, which were known as villeins back in the day, but not to murder without impunity. And unfair punishment was in turn punished pretty severely. In the case of one lord, he was actually fined tens of thousands of dollars for overdoing his punishment of his serf. Because the deal with serfdom, the reason why people signed up for it, was that the lord traded the opportunity to use his land and be protected and judged for the serf's work. Wow, this is some crazy stuff going on. But the work that serfs did in exchange for this protection and land use was pretty extreme. To be specific, serfs had to pay cash rent in addition to their tallage, food rent for things like pork rents, cheese rents, butter rents, ale rents, etc., and they had to pay labor services. So work on the lord's farm could include lots of different things, like week work, which was when several days out of each week they needed to go and do work for the earl. They could be required to do boon work, which was special work services, particularly at harvest time, or it could be commuted into a money payment instead in certain situations. But in addition to doing that work, they had to pay licenses for pretty much everything. They had to pay licenses to take possession of a tenement, to marry off the daughters, to permit the daughters to remain single, to produce an illegitimate child, to live outside of the manor, to use the lord's mill, to administer goods upon death, to exchange their land or divide it among their family members, to buy land, hold free land, or to lease land, to permit their widows to retain custody of their children, or to buy the custody of his neighbors or relatives' orphaned children, should something happen there, to send his children to school if he had the money for that and was lucky enough, to take holy orders, to feed his animals in the woods about the village, which a lot of the time was also required, to fish in nearby rivers or streams, to collect firewood for fuel, to take wood or thorns, to repair fences, or to repair their houses. And they also had other obligations, including that upon death, they owed their best beast to the lord as a death duty. They had to graze their sheep upon the lord's land so that the lord's land would receive the best fertilization. And they had to police the manor and attend the lord's court, as well as paying whenever the lord's eldest son was knighted or when the lord's daughters got married. They were taxed for that as well. And so the job of a serf was never done. And when you think about the fact that the serf had to build their own home, to make their own things, and to provide for themselves in addition to all of this, I don't know how people managed it. But our main family has made it this far, and hopefully we will not end up back in serfdom ever again. I'll be saving the Payne lot and uploading it to the gallery in case anyone would like it, or in case the 64 by 64 lot proves too difficult to manage. I've had issues with those in the past. But this is just going to be about goodbye to, our old home and our old life. And the only thing left to do is give the money to the Jacobsons, who will later on, when we're not around, go and manage the transfer with the, Henry, with the Henry over there. The one thing, though, is that we're going to be moving away from our family members, so we definitely won't see them as frequently as we do now. Where is everyone? Are you all hanging out in here? Oh, that reminds me. Knox, I'd forgotten. Bud, it's your birthday, my dude, so come over here and make a wish. Go on, Knox. Happy birthday! Idas is supporting you. And Gree. Woo woo. Yay, Knox. He's a music lover and a loner. Oh, Knox, no. That's unfortunate. Okay, what aspiration, my dude? Number 18. Oh, he got a teen one. How interesting. Which of the four? First one doesn't count, so... Number 1. Live fast. A music lover loner who lives fast. Whatever. It doesn't really matter for now, you know? Okay, dang. Well, might as well not even bother to put these into that. I really wanted Huxley to be able to come too. Oh, well, everyone's got us gifts. Can you please... I guess it doesn't matter if this is broken or not. Nothing matters anymore. This isn't gonna be our stuff soon. Can you clean this stuff and collect the eggs just in case we got lucky and there's a golden egg in there? I'll pay taxes, but... Oh... I feel like we didn't even have enough time to spend with everyone. Sorry, Dovile, that you wet yourself. Sure. Sure. Oh, our family members. We'll be seeing them again soon. In fact, I'm pretty sure Dovile is going to go into labor today, so we'll be seeing her today, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so the only number that Knox cannot survive is the number 7. That's it. So, 11, he's fine. And as the heir, he automatically can get married and have infinite baby tries. So even though there will be more space in the family after today, I don't think Heidi and Esmond are going to have any more children. So that way we can start making space for him to take over. The last thing I want to do is go with the Jacobsons to pay our respects to our family. So we're gonna mourn for Darius and we're just gonna pay our last respects to our family. Now we might go ahead and give our sisters a hug because we won't see them as easily going forward. So this is our big chance to say goodbye. The good news is we'll be closer to Gree, and so we might be able to see her more frequently, but we won't be as easily able to see our two sisters as we have been able to. Which is really sad, but that's the cost of moving up, one of the many costs of moving up. So we're going to go ahead and give Kennard our 5,000 simoleons. That's for Beatrice's apprenticeship. And then after that, it doesn't seem to have taken the 5,000 from us, actually. There we go. Okay. We have 100,012 simoleons after we've paid for Beatrice's apprenticeship and off of everything that we've done. But we owe 63,000 for our quit rent, which means that we're going to be left over with 37,012 simoleons. So there it goes, that's 63,000. And from now on, it's just up to Gree and Kennard. They're going to be the ones getting us out of serfdom. In 1334, when we start up, we'll be in our new place, which is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. It's Erik Hagen's child birthday today, so we're going to go ahead and pop over there, see what's going on. And then, I don't know, come back maybe to close out the episode, just so that we can say goodbye to our holding. Oh no, we missed Erik's birthday. Whoopsies. Okay, Erik, let's get you in cast and see what's going on. He aged up to want to be a creative genius and the goofball. I can accept it. Okay, so for Erik to survive, he cannot roll the numbers 3, 9, or 19. And he got a 6. Upside down 9, but not a 9. So he is totally fine. Whew. Because honestly, I was gonna say, if he didn't make it, was gonna be like, well, we already pled for him once. So I was just gonna say that's that, you know? But luckily, he's totally fine. So yeah, the Hagens are doing totally a-okay. Congrats, bud. Oh, you don't have a bed now. Let's go ahead and get a bunk bed, I think. I won't lie, the Hagens really need more space to expand, but what can you do? What can you do? Okay, everyone, to bed with you. To bed with you. To bed with you. Erik, to bed with you. And yes, Idas, going to the restroom is a good call. Leif, I don't know why you're so tired. You didn't even go. Well, maybe that's why. He didn't go to the party today, so he had to take care of all these kids all by himself. But the kids were there, so I don't know. And then we'll leave these guys here just like this in this little cute home with all happiness. Oh my goodness, look at that sky. Well, this is Beatrice saying goodbye to her dad. I'm sure he's giving her some last bits of wisdom, telling her to be a good girl, telling her he's proud of her. Oh, they're doing a secret family handshake. And Heidi looks so proud as well. Maybe a bit worried, but also hopeful. Beatrice is going to say goodbye to her mommy. And that's that. And off they go, starting their new lives together. Beatrice riding her horse Winifred that her parents bought her lovingly. And the weather terrible. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. Saying goodbye to the old Payne home. All of them going together. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you everyone for watching. As always, leave your comments below, and bye-bye everyone.